Oh boy, hello everybody. Welcome to the Josh Potter Show once again here on your mom's house YouTube channel and on the old iTunes. Wherever you're listening, please rate, review, and subscribe. I love when you do that because it helps me out a great deal. And Chris DiStefano's making 17 new podcasts a week, so you got to keep me up on those charts. I mean, that guy's just pumping a new podcast out every week. He's going to just own the top 200 eventually because they'll be doing 200 of them. It's wild. But I got this little one, so I hope you continue to rate, review, subscribe on all of the platforms. And, of course, thank you for doing all of that on YouTube as well. We have merch up at the merch store, store.ymhstudios.com. Sussel, get it while you can. We'll have some Sussel news a little bit later on in the program, but he's all over the news because he's been chit-chatting about trades. I mean, I thought it was just a warning shot across the bow, as I mentioned, but now he's naming teams he'd want to go to. It's getting wild out there. So we'll talk about that a little bit, but get that Sussel merch while you still can. Also, the Roach, the Buffalo Roach shirt, hat, and the Josh Potter Show shirt are available. Many sizes are evaporating. They're going up in thin air, so get yours while you still can. Again, store.ymhstudios.com. Josh Potter Show at ymhstudios.com is where you can send in your articles or your feedback or any sort of remixes. This is coming to us from Griffin Parker, I believe, is it? Am I right about that?
That's right,
yes,
yeah, Griffin Parker.
Yeah,
man.
it says it right in front of me on this piece of paper. I should have seen that. I did not, however. But thank you, Griffin Parker, for sending that in to the email address. I'm going to be at the West Palm Improv. This is the prime time to get tickets, friends. This month, March 21st, 20 days from the day of this episode's coming out. So 20 days from now, go over to my Twitter at J_Potter or my Instagram at Josh_Potter, and you can find links to the West Palm Improv. Score my tickets for that show. Again, March 21st. Can't wait to go down there. I'm going to go to some spring training, dog. Hell yeah. I don't even know what teams I'm going to watch. I'm going to wear a Nolan Ryan Astros jersey and see how many people throw things at me. So that'll be fun. I can't wait for that to all go down. But you know what else is exciting here as we wrap up the plugs and everything like that? We're getting ready for the NFL draft here in the next couple of weeks. And it's an exciting time in my life. It's like Christmas for me. I know a lot of people hate on the draft. They poo-poo my love of it. They're like, oh, you're just like watching... I mean, I don't know what they even poo-poo it. Have you ever seen an NFL draft, any? It's a broadcast like no other.
I still don't understand. Oh, the draft.
Yeah,
Got
the
it.
NFL draft, yeah.
No, I have not seen a draft, but yeah, I know everybody gets all hype about people going to different places and stuff.
I mean, it's fun for that. It's also fun to see the storylines, see who falls and tumbles. Like our own buddy Warren Sapp, who was here in studio, had a thing happen to him. This is pre-Twitter, where an article came out that said he was... a cocaine guy.
A cocaine guy? Like,
yeah, like he was...
Like a seller?
Like he was into it. He was doing it. He might have been. Like there was, a lot of stuff about it. And it came out right before the draft, and he tumbled. And then finally he got drafted. He ended up being a Hall of Famer. Those teams that passed on him because they heard that negative news are idiots, essentially. And I always champion the guy who falls in the draft. Now that Twitter has come out, the advent of Twitter, I'm sure... it's happening less because PR people get a hold of things first. But I mean, our own, buddy, my angel, my love, Josh Allen, he had a tweet from when he was like 14 years old where he was just quoting rap lyrics, and there was a bad word in there, let's just say. You know what I mean? You know which word I'm talking about?
I could take a guess, yeah. And he's saying this word?
Well, he wrote the lyrics. He just wrote a lyric in a tweet when he was 14. He also wrote I Heart Boobies. Or no, that was Mitchell Trubisky that wrote I Heart Boobies when he was 14. And that came to light the day of his draft, which was like, everyone's like, who gives a shit? Why are they showing?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't? That's like saying I drink water. You know what I mean? Or I breathe oxygen. But yeah, so these things, one of the more famous ones, Laramie Tunsil, he was drafted by the Dolphins. He now plays for the Houston Texans. Someone tweeted out the day of the draft a picture of him using a gas mask bong. And then he fell to like the second round, I want to say, or something like that. I should look that up before I start talking out of pocket. But I thought to get hyped for the draft, and since you guys don't see drafts and you've never been to one or watched one or anything like that, I thought we would do our own sort of draft. And I thought, what's something that you guys would enjoy drafting? And I was discussing this on my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Josh_Potter, and people came up with the idea of drafting pizza toppings because they thought that there would be some interesting answers. So, and I had some interesting. The people that were on that stream, they got an insight into my sort of draft strategy, and I believe I've come up with who I think might be the Russell Wilson of pizza toppings. I don't know. We'll find out as we go here. I'm trying to find Laramie Tunsil when he was drafted. He was drafted. Oh, he fell to the 13th pick. Not so far, but he did fall. He was like slated to go, I want to say top 10, and that gas mask pick came out. Do you have that picture of the gas mask picture? There it is right there, baby. Draft day. Just some asshole put that up on Twitter, and probably cost him a couple $100,000. Cool. But he's a great player, so it's like, good job, way to go. It's almost like cancel culture in the draft, essentially. But that's always a fun storyline. I don't know what pizza topping will have some damning evidence come out on Twitter before our draft, but the way that we'll do it, and Any doesn't understand how a snake draft works, I learned.
Yeah, I don't know how any of these drafts. I don't understand, like, if you're just doing a draft, is there actually a way to win?
Well, it's theoretical. It's a theoretical way to win. Yes, because in a draft, essentially, none of these teams know if they've gotten their guy until years down the road, Some people find out sooner than later, but yeah, you find out like 2 seasons, 3 seasons down the road, this guy's not materializing. He's a bust. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing anything, so then they move along. So in terms of our pizza draft, the people at home will decide who's the winner, who has the best pizza draft, and who drafted a TikTok pizza.
So hold on. You're telling me that these people pick a team, like whatever
they don't pick
their
a team.
Fantasy team? No?
Wait, you're saying in fantasy football?
Yeah.
I'm talking about
draft,
real life,
right?
It's years. Yes, in fantasy football, it's that year. So like, I'm playing fantasy baseball right now. I'm about to do my draft. So I'm drafting my players for this season. So yes, it's a snake draft. So then you find out the winner at the end of the season.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you were saying. Okay, I thought you were saying
in real
you
life,
could
however,
realize,
no.
You mean in actual sports?
Yes, in
I see
real
what
life,
you're
when you draft a player out of college, yeah, that's how it goes. It takes years to figure out. You don't know, and that's always the fun of it. I love going back and watching old draft documentaries or drafts, and just seeing like, oh, what an idiot! Look at what they just did. Real dum-dum over here. You just look at him, you're like, you just lost your job, bud. You really see it. I mean, you can pinpoint it down to the pick. I mean, you can just look at the Tom Brady draft. Tom Brady was drafted so late. He was drafted in the 6th round. There were 6 quarterbacks drafted ahead of him. One to the San Francisco 49ers. His name was Giovanni Carmazzo or some crap like that. Can you Google that just to see who? I mean, this guy played in 3 games, and then now he's like a goat farmer and doesn't even own a TV. No one's ever heard of him ever again. And Tom Brady was drafted a million years later. And that guy sat on TV. He's like, yeah, that's where I blew it. Pretty much fucked up my entire career. He got on NFL Network. That's so funny. That guy's, I forget even the freaking guy. I'm so like foggy with names and everything right now. Whoever the fucking guy on San Francisco that drafted him is now an analyst on NFL Network. It's like, you don't get to analyze anything, dude. This is who you fucking drafted, bro. This fucking guy who's like hates society now. He's living like the Unabomber on some goat farm. And you wasted a 3rd overall pick on him. So you can S my D, bro. Are we out of the Nice Boy clock? How's the Nice Boy clock doing? Can I see? Oh boy, we're 45 seconds.
So
away.
close, man. So close.
Have you the famous sound of a draft, it's like dee 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 dee. That's how you know the pick is in. Have you ever heard that sound?
No, I don't.
I'll play it for you right now. It sounds like this. Nadav got scared. He thought I was going to play the real one. So yeah, I won't play that every time the pick comes in. But I wanted to freak Nadav out. Oh shit, that was fun for me. So yeah, the order will go. You'll get first overall pick, and then we'll have Zane pick, and then I will pick, and Nadav, you get fourth pick. But that means you get first pick in the second round. See, it's a snake draft, and then it goes backwards.
Wait a minute, hold on. Why the fuck do I have to pick first? Is that just how it goes?
That's just the way I selected it, yeah. And then you pick, and I just picked you you just get the first round pick. You don't like having the first round pick?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is like, it could be a different strategy, you know what I'm saying? Like white elephant, you want to go last, you know what I mean? So I mean,
you go last in the second round. Would you prefer? You can trade picks with Nadav.
I don't know.
That's something that people do.
There's so much pressure. I don't know how to play this game.
Okay, think about it. I
offer you something.
The nice boy clock has expired.
It's dirty time.
So we're okay. So now you can think about it.
Yo, I dig that. Did you make that?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's all me, baby.
All right, fine. I guess I'll go first. So then. No, I mean, I don't know how to trade. I don't even know how this game works. All right,
You can trade. You can trade picks with Nadav. Just do a straight up, or you can maybe incentivize him with a little, I don't know, whatever you want. Or you pick first.
Fuck it. I'm gonna just go first. I just pick any
pizza topping.
Pizza topping. And what's it's like the best pizza topping? That's what I'm
like
for?
you're living on a deserted island. These are the only pizza toppings you can have. And we're drafting them right now. So you don't want someone to get yours. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean...
And then we're going to put them up, and people are going to decide who drafted the best pizza toppings.
It's like, because now we're thinking about, is it like quality, or is it about quantity? Because quantity-wise, of course, we're going to go with pepperoni. Everybody gets pepperoni. But quality, I think everybody can agree, pepperoni, I mean, it's a pig. It's garbage. So it's like... What's the actual pick?
I mean, this is your personal thought process. This is something you have to consider. I'm not going to show my hand. It's like you're asking me advice on who to pick. The Houston Texans aren't going to call up the Detroit Lions and be like, "What do you think about number 14 here?" I mean, you know what I'm saying? So,
all right, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say jalapenos.
Oh my Lord, what a flyer, folks. Coming off the board first, we have jalapenos. No one saw this coming. Could it be the Giovanni Carmazzo of pizza toppings? Oh boy. Any taking jalapenos. First overall pick, a shocker. Off the board. I didn't see jalapenos going first overall. I knew any would be a wild card.
I had to keep it spicy, man. Pepperoni's too easy.
I mean, there's jalapenos going up to the podium and hugging the commissioner. I can't believe it. All right. What does Zane have second overall? This is just, the board has just opened up, I believe. You basically get the first overall pick. You didn't see jalapenos coming off the board so quick.
I also have a question.
Yes.
Are we doing, is the goal to create one pizza, or can we create multiple pizzas with our different toppings?
That's a great question. These are just toppings that are independent of each other. They don't have to go, they're not all making a team, essentially. I know that's confusing because it is a draft, but they are independent. So you're having a pizza with these toppings, you know what I'm saying? So you have your 4 go-tos that you can select from. They don't have to all be on it at once.
Okay.
No one's gonna help you pick one, Doug.
I'm gonna do. This is gonna be a really lame one because I'm
Hey, lame and
vegetarian.
safe can always be a good player, my friend.
Okay, I'm gonna do diced tomatoes.
Diced tomatoes. This is getting wild, folks. We are seeing the most wild draft in the history of time.
That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. We out. We won this one already. It's over.
We won this one already. Who's we?
I don't know. Me.
You only got one pick in. I'm going
I
next,
know.
baby, all right? And since you guys are getting wild with it, I'm going to just take pepperoni. I mean, it's still sitting there. I have to take it off the board because it is a go-to. It's a stalwart. I mean, you have to think the people are going to vote on this. Who doesn't have pepperoni in their arsenal? You got to at least have pepperoni somewhere in the cabinet of pizza toppings. I mean, I know it's like you said, quality over quantity. pepperoni's just the go-to. It's always safe. You can't fucking fuck up a pepperoni. A diced tomato. I don't even know where the fuck you're. What kind of? I mean, holy hell! Coming out of nowhere, out of the clouds.
That's the margarita pizza. Right?
Out of the wild. That's interesting. I mean, that's going a route. I mean, it's like doing the Wildcat offense over here. This is crazy.
We're doing some fancy shit, man.
That's fancy shit. Yeah, okay.
Because here's the thing about pepperonis that this is a dime a dozen. That's like, I mean, I don't know people in sports, but I don't know motherfucking Tyrone Jackson or some shit. And let's say there's like 18 of them. That's what you just picked.
You need some. I need safe depth. I mean, I want to fucking. I know he's not gonna fuck up pepperoni. Do you know what I'm saying? I know they're not gonna fuck up. Pepperoni's pepperoni. It's not flashy, but I know it's not gonna fuck shit up. That's all I'm saying.
That's what you think, man.
Pick.
That's what you think. That's what you think. That pepperoni gonna lose to this jalapeno. Let me tell you.
I got some shit coming back on the other side. Let's see. What's Nadav got going on in his first pick? This is gonna get wild. Nadav's gonna say something crazy.
All right, so actually, all right. So first of all, this is coming from someone who actually doesn't really like pizza.
And you're double picking, by the way. You get 2 picks here.
Yeah. So I'm just going with the pizza that I tolerate the most. So since I'm snaking, right? So I pick 2.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna pick the 2 toppings that are in almost all of my pizzas. Topping number 1, black olives.
Oh my God.
Topping number 2, mushrooms.
Oh my God, Nadav, you just blew up my team. Nadav just blew up my entire team because I thought mushrooms would last to the 3rd round. And I thought mushrooms were the Cecil Wilson of pizza toppings because everyone I thought was sleeping on mushrooms, but this draft has gotten so wild. Ennie's doing jalapenos. Zane's doing some margarita shit. Now Nadav comes in with the olives and the mushrooms, who I thought were safe for the 2nd and 3rd round. That's why I took pepperoni. I thought for sure I'd be safe. Now I don't even know where to go. I'm lost. I am fucking lost. This is like, I feel
and you're next, right?
Yeah, this is like, I can't. There's been GMs where like the guy before them that gets taken, it was the guy they were gonna take, and then they're like, well, shit. And they go to their war room and they just they're like, oh God, I mean, how long do we have? I mean, we have to just reassess everything.
Yeah. Who's like the shitty team during the drafts usually? Like, are there usually like the bottom tier teams that just fuck up the draft for everyone?
I mean, there's always, like, it used to be the Raiders. I remember when they drafted Darius Hayward Bay, like, in the top 7, you were like, what? And everyone, there's sometimes a pick where everyone just goes, what? And then they laugh. And like, it's collective. It's people in the room that it's happening in. It's you at home with your buddies. You're texting people. Everyone's like, what the fuck was that? Daniel Jones could have been qualified as one of those where people were like, Daniel Jones? You could have got him in like 4 rounds. What are you doing?
6. So I'm the Raiders.
So you snuck in and got a guy like a steal. You valued these players. I undervalued them. You valued them where I thought I would get them as a steal. Do you understand? You fucked me. You're not the Raiders. You're just a sniper.
Good.
This is a good. Yeah, no, you fucked up my strategy. And now I have to throw up a Hail Mary here, folks. I'm lost in the sauce. Okay, I am drowning at sea. I have to go sausage.
Ooh. Okay. I see you, bro.
I'm all meats right now. This is keto as fuck. I think. I don't know what keto means. All right, Zane, your 3rd one. You're gonna get some fucking. I don't even know here. This one, Zane's gonna put like feta cheese or some shit on here. I don't even know.
I literally was gonna say that.
Are you serious?
No, you weren't.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I really was. I was gonna ask you if I could just put more cheeses on top of that.
Yes, you could put cheeses on it.
Feta cheese is mine, baby.
Oh my God.
I'm taking it.
You're just going with the fucking margarita, man.
Is that what is on a margarita pizza? I don't know that I've ever had a margarita.
Feta's on margarita?
Yeah. It's diced tomato.
I thought it was mozzarella.
Yeah, what's the lasagna cheese?
Mozzarella.
No.
Ricotta. Pull up margarita pizza. Feta cheese is Greek, dude. We don't throw Greeks and Italians all into one hairy mix.
I'm doing a fusion.
A fusion, okay. Yeah. It is interesting. It's wild, though. I mean, people are going to be, I mean, this could be like the star of the draft, or it could end up being fucking talked out and locked out. What do we got here, Ennie? You get double picks. I need 2 picks now.
Oh, 2 picks. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh, that's tough. Ooh wee. All right.
Let's go.
So, number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to pick the. There's 2 that I could go with, but the one that a lot of people are gonna agree with is chicken. You're gonna have to go with the chicken.
What sort of chicken? Do specify.
What sort of chicken? What the fuck?
Just chicken? Okay, fine.
Yeah, just chicken.
All right. You get all chickens, all the barbecue chicken.
What you mean?
Buffalo chicken.
There's the grilled,
fried.
Buffalo chicken ain't a different type of chicken. That's still
You're just going chicken. Okay, cool. Second
yeah.
and secondly.
And then second, you see the best part about this stupid pepperoni thing is that motherfuckers that really eat
You're really
pizza,
shitting on pepperoni. They are low on your draft.
Yeah, pepperoni's garbage, man. Pepperoni's garbage. And people know that eat pizza. See, pepperoni's the standard that everybody will eat, but it's not what they probably want to eat.
They would want something a little higher tier. So what is your higher tier pepperoni?
It's not necessarily higher tier, but the better tasting, if you're going to go the pig route, is bacon, my man. Bacon. Chicken and bacon.
All right.
None of these belong on pizza.
I mean, you're just, yeah.
You don't even like
Let's see
pizza.
what part of the world Zane is going to. I'm excited to see now where Zane goes. Which Magellan over here with his pizza toppings.
You know,
Perhaps a part of the Orient.
that's a good idea. No, I'm gonna put some greens on mine. I'm gonna go spinach.
Spinach. Ooh, that's.
I knew you were gonna complete it. He completed
That's
the
fine. He
margarita
completed
pizza.
the margarita. That's hey. He's got a scheme. I appreciate that. That's very much like like I said, the Wildcat offense. We're going one way or spread. I'm getting slot receivers and we're fucking bombing out. All right, so now it's me again, and I'm at a loss here. I lost my 2 favorites. Mushrooms and olives are my fucking favorites. Jalapenos was up there too. I did not expect jalapenos to go number 1 overall. This has been a real fucking mind fuck. All right, but I'm gonna go just green peppers.
Damn it!
That was a good one.
Fuck!
That's a good one.
I don't have a flashy pizza going here. I got sausage, I got green peppers, and I got pepperoni. This is not flashy. Flashy team. This is. But hey, it's, a go-to. Like if you are looking at one, you're like chicken marsala pizza or pepperoni, green peppers, sausage. You pick that fucking shit all day long. I'm just saying. So what do you got, Nadav? Double up here.
Well, you just fucked me with that green pepper pick. All right, you really fucked with the green pepper pick. So it always snakes on me, huh? So I always get a double pick.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Fucking hey, that's a pretty cool spot to be
Well,
in.
it's the last round too, so these are your last 2.
I should have traded.
Ooh, okay. All right, so this is a little sacrilege, but because I know a lot of people hate this kind of pizza, but I always thought pineapple kind of fucked on pizza.
All right. I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on it. Pineapple, they all hate it, but that's a very polarizing pick. But you indeed, but some people are it's gonna strike a chord with those who are. So now, what do you got next as your?
Well, because the next thing I'm gonna do is people that like Hawaiian pizza. No, because you're gonna think I'm gonna go with Canadian bacon, and you're wrong. Because I think that ruins Hawaiian pizza.
Oh.
I always ask for Hawaiian pizza, hold the Canadian bacon, because Canadian bacon is not Canadian bacon, it's ham. And ham sucks.
No one's ever I've never heard anyone describe the alternative topping to pineapple on a Hawaiian pizza as Canadian bacon. I've heard it as ham.
Yeah, always.
But I've never heard. But I do. I mean, I know Canadian bacon. I've heard that on like a Egg McMuffin. They say they have Canadian. I'm like, well, that's ham. Yeah. But you're right.
Well, I don't know where
Either
I got
way,
it from,
yes.
then.
But you're right. It is the same thing.
Yeah.
So you say sans ham, essentially.
Right.
Is this a religious thing? You can't eat the ham. Right?
It is funny, but I do feel like me growing up semi-kosher has made me just not like sausage, pepperoni, or any type of meat on my pizza.
So what do you get instead?
See, I've always loved the veggie pizza. The olive, the mushroom, and the green peppers always. Ooh, okay. Here's the missing piece. The missing ingredient: onions.
Okay. That is like a offensive lineman that you just drafted high up in the. I mean, hey,
hold on, is that good or?
I mean, it's not sexy, but you need it sometimes, you know. Next up, it's me, and this is tough. Fuck. I mean, you really fucked me with those. I mean, shit. But you talk about keeping it spicy. This is wild. I'm gonna pick my one wild card weird pick, and I'm just gonna go straight up hot sauce.
Oh, we could do sauce. Okay, got you. That's a good one. Hot sauce is good.
All right, Zane, take us around the world, buddy.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this one?
I'm ready, dog.
I'm gonna go prosciutto.
Oh.
What the fuck are these, dude?
Prosciutto, I mean, out of technicality, coming in with the same. I mean, I think that's a cured meat of some kind that kind of relatively falls in line, but it is on its own. It counts, and that is an interesting one. Wild indeed. And finally, Annie, to you, the last pick of the draft. What will it be?
The last pick.
Got my card ready.
You see, a lot of places don't do this right, so a lot of people aren't gonna understand just how good this pick actually is.
Alfredo sauce.
It is not Alfredo sauce. That I don't, because that's not a topping.
That's wild.
That is considered as
you would have gotten
sauce.
thrown out of the league.
DQ, instant DQ. No, the topping that a lot of people don't know is actually good until you go to an actual pizza place that does it is steak.
Ooh, that is a good one. Any rounding it out. So looking at it again, I can't wait to, we have to make a graphic so we can post up a poll and see who, in fact, we have people, I can't wait to see what people say. Any drafting jalapenos first overall, wild. Then Zane goes, this is probably Zane's most mundane pick is his first round pick, diced tomatoes. Then we have me. I drafted pepperoni, standard, very boring, Cecil Wilson sort of. Then you have Nadav coming from the clouds, taking olives and mushrooms, fucking my life up. I have to go sausage again, trying to just, hold my water here. Zane goes feta cheese, second round. I mean, he's got a particular scheme. Like I said, I respect it. Don't know what he's doing. That's like Darius Hayward-Bay ran a 4.440 or something like that, and Al Davis is like, take him. He's fast. I like the fast ones. Just if he's super fast, I'm taking. Can he catch? I don't care. Then Annie took chicken, bacon. Zane coming back with the spinach. I would say that's a nice. Now looking at Zane's draft, you go, well, spinach. I mean, holy shit, that's like the boringest pick he has, and it's wild still. Then I had, green peppers, Nadav going Hawaiian with the pineapple, then throwing onions in there. That one's kind of like, some people can take or leave onions, you realize. I then go with hot sauce, prosciutto, and steak. 2 more meats coming off the board, so we'll find out. I can't wait to see the people at home, what they have to say as far as who has what in terms of the best pizza or the most talked pizza in our little pizza draft. That was, hey, thank you for suggesting that out there. A bunch of people thought, and they were right. Those are wild draft picks. Ooh, a nice take it on our chin. That guy. It reminds me, I do have to make an apology about a video last week. By the way, thank you again to Chase O'Donnell for coming on the program last week. It was a wonderful time. I enjoyed it. I hope you get to check it out. If you haven't, go watch last week's episode. But we also played Deshaun Watson. He was saying, I masturbated, and now I'm ready to go. Remember that video from last week? Something to that effect? Someone pointed out that it was sort of a Yanni, what was that thing? Remember the sounds different? The blue dress, gold dress thing? One of those situations. He was actually saying, I'm activated and I'm ready to go. But because it said masturbated, we were led to believe it said masturbated. I don't know if you have that at the... I didn't bring that up with you earlier, so if you don't have it at the ready, I understand.
That's the one where you said they Put it on our chin?
No. The other one from last week, Deshaun Watson going, I masturbated and I'm ready to go.
Okay, let me check it out. Hold up.
Yeah. But so I feel like I have to apologize for that whole thing there. I apologize, well, maybe the guy was wrong. Maybe I was right to begin with. Maybe he did say he masturbated. We'll find out once Annie pulls up the video there, if he can. But we have other videos to get to also, so if you can't find it, forget about it. Who cares? Fuck those people correcting me, right? Fuck them anyway. I don't want to prove them right.
I got it right here, homie.
Okay, let's see what he says.
I'm activated, and I'm ready to go.
What do you think?
Nah, I heard a S. There ain't no S in activated. Hold on, let me see.
I'm activated, and I'm ready to go.
But he had like his headgear. I don't know. I'm going to say masturbated because it's more fun.
I'm activated, and I'm ready to go.
Hell yeah. He masturbated, so fuck you for correcting me out there. It's these poor Houston Texans fans that are trying to hold on. Deshaun Watson wants out, and they are saying they're not going to let him out, and, it's ugly down in Houston. They got Jack Easterby, who's like... I was wondering if we could prep this video at one point, but I found a video of Jack Easterby, someone sent to me, of him doing stand-up comedy, and it was wild. But yeah, he's just ruining the Houston Texans. By the way, thank you to Odd Track Numbers for that little remix of the sports intro, taking it on the chin. Another video from last week that was fun. Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by the fine folks at Keeps. Listen, folks, 2 out of 3 men are experiencing some form of hair loss by the time they're 35. I'm 35, and guess what? It's fucking gone. And so I'm screwed. You don't have to be, my friend. Keeps is trying to help out because they've got a simple, stress-free way to keep your hair, and it comes low cost. Treatments start at just $10 per month, and it's all about prevention. That's the key, my friend. Prevention is the key. Treatments can take 4 to 6 months to see results, so you got to start acting fast. If you have an inkling even that you are about to lose your hair, I would get on it, my friend. And they've got convenient virtual doctor consultations, and medications are delivered straight to your door every 3 months. You don't even have to leave your house. The packaging is discreet. And right now, if you're ready to take action and prevent your hair loss, you can go to keeps.com. That's KEEPS.com, keeps.com/Josh to receive your first month of treatment for free. Again, KEEPS.com/Josh to get your first month free. KEEPS.com/Josh. But we have new videos this week, and Colin Cowherd, our past queef of the week, he has, he's changed his hat stance a bit about forwards and backwards hats because he saw he saw a person that just won the Super Bowl wear his hat backwards, and now he put his brain into a pretzel. Let's see it.
New rule, I hate backward hats, but apparently now you're allowed to wear one if you win your 7th Lombardi trophy. Listen, I think it's the worst look for a professional athlete. It really looks like a frat boy, but Brady wore it. Now, if in fairness, Brady was a couple of beers in and appeared to be drunk, so his judgment was completely lapsed. This was not a great moment of judgment and clarity for Tom Brady.
But
new rule, if you win a 7th Lombardi trophy, I'm not going to call you out.
What's with this new rule thing? That's Bill Maher's bit, bro. You can't do new rule. Just stealing bits like that. I stole his draft, but who cares? We're all stealing, I guess. I'm not going to get on him for that one. But what a sanctimonious little bitch, huh? He was a few beers deep, and so he was lapsing in judgment. It made it sound like he fingered a girl or something in a bar. He had his hat on backwards, bro. Chill out. God damn. He was a few... You can tell he doesn't even... Now he's starting to troll people. Do you know what I'm saying? Now he's like... You can even see it on his face. He's like, they're going to really fucking hate me. I'm going to really lean into this hat bullshit and be a real fucking dipshit about it. Let's see here. Also, Cam Newton recently, this video's been going around and going viral, and people are really like up in arms about it in terms of they're like, Cam Newton, a little triggered here, a little triggered, Cam. I don't think he's triggered. Let's watch it. I don't find him to be triggered.
You ass. You're a free agent. You're a free agent. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. He's still free agent. I don't even know where your daddy is. Let me talk to your dad. Let me talk to your dad. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. Talk to your dad. You're a free agent. You ass. Talk to. Let me. Where's your dad? Where's your pop? You ass. Where the dad?
And since this has come out, by the way, this kid has apologized to Cam Newton because pretty much everyone's like, that kid's a bitch. Because he kind of is. I mean, like, what do you, I mean, you're talking a lot of shit for, but we don't know the context of it. It's at Cam Newton's camp, for the record. And so that's Cam Newton's, like, camp that he's taking the time to, like, mentor children and shit. And one of them's like, you ass. You ass. You about to be poor. You a free agent. You ass. And Cam's, like, coming back. If Cam Newton really was triggered, he would have beat the shit out of that kid. You would have had a viral video of be like, bah, bah, because what is he I mean, if he was really pissed, he would have beat the shit out of that kid. I would have beat the shit out of that kid if I was Cam Newton. I would have been like, yeah, let's see who's ass. And then I would have been like, bah, 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 now I'm going to pay for your face to get rebuilt. Who's poor now, bitch? I mean, all Cam Newton did was just talk shit back. I mean, he was kind of laughing about it. So give Cam Newton some fucking credit for not breaking that kid's face open with his fists. That's all I'm saying.
No, he was making it clear. He's like, homie, you ain't shit. Like, where's your dad, man?
Where's your pops?
Where's the real man? Who's the little boy talking?
Oh, boy. And let's see, speaking of fights, this is where words were no longer useful in this situation. Crowded bar, bathroom. Man, it made me nostalgic for going out, this video that was going around, but it's an Oklahoma football player. A couple of them, are they both Oklahoma football players, I believe? And I don't know if they're like, what led up to this, I do not understand, but two smaller guys versus two bigger guys. And again, at least one of them is a lineman for Oklahoma. And if I'm Oklahoma, I'm like, you're cut, because watch what happens to this fucking guy. And he says, the little guy goes, which one you want, to the other little guy. And then he just like, this is where he gets fucking baller with it. Like, he gets pushed, then he just touches the blood and puts the blood on his face and then beats the fuck out of him, throws him down. Bah, bah. This is the good one too, right here. This guy, he just like a spider monkey's on his back. And then all of a sudden they're out of frame. And then they come into frame. Skadow! Right here. And toss him. Ready? Hip toss. He's waiting for the guy. Well, how polite. Wait for the guy to pass. Now he finds an opening. And here, come on, throw him down for Christ's sake. I thought it happened already. Right, there we go. Boom. And then this guy, he's still trying. Look at these two. They're just like swarming him. That's my dream. See, I'm so inspired by these two smaller guys. Turns out they're MMA fighters. Whoops. I guess you fucked with the wrong small guys. That's my dream, though, is like a guy, like, you know, I've had guys fuck with me in bars, and I've always been like, yeah, and then I just, like, walk outside, and I'm like, fucking asshole. This guy's fucking jerk. Go in there someday, really take care of him. But these guys, they were like, he was like, I don't know how he got the blood on his face, but he had the blood, and he just was like, he touched the blood and looked at it. It was like a fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. He was like, and then he put the blood on him, and then the guy was like, oh, you're putting your blood on me? And he just beat the fuck out of him. Then the other guy, like a spider monkey, got on top of him. Man, I miss going to bars, though. Fuck. But yeah, I Jesus, man, you know, it's my fantasy to one day be able to wield that sort of power. See, I mean, like, I've fantasized about it in bad ways, too, where I'm just like, you know, I have a weapon in that case. You know what I'm saying? And then I use that, and I'm like, ska ga 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 ga, cha 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 cha.
Yo, whenever the world is not on fire and we go out to a bar, you let me know. The next dude, we'll brawl. Let's brawl.
You want to brawl?
Yeah, I'll brawl with you, bro. Let's go, bro. I got you covered, man.
When's the last time you got in a fight?
You my bro, dude. It's been a minute, actually. Oh my god,
dude. Because it's been a real minute for me, meaning like never. Because like I said, I'm always like, fucking jerk. I always I've gotten hit because my mouth, goes a little. Yeah. And then I've never hit back though.
Yeah, you smart. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I get that.
I mean, no, I'm not smart because, like I said, this goes and then I've gotten hit and then I go, ugh, it's fine.
No, yeah, I guess. Well, not only I think you are smart because that's what makes you. When people talk a lot, that's what you say. It's like, oh, you smart, you funny, you funny.
Yeah. That's what they do say. Indeed, I am a funny person.
But either way, yeah, I got your back, man. Let's go. I got you covered. It has been a minute since I fought, but I'm strong as fuck. I'll beat the fuck out of anybody.
I heard you lost in arm wrestling recently.
I did. Appreciate you bringing that back up. Cool. Definitely just said I had your back. Let me just.
All I was asking.
Take that
I was
back.
just asking.
Let me just remove that real quick.
Just bringing that up. Just simply bringing that up.
Yeah, that I lost. You don't tell the
world.
Man.
You told the world on Instagram. How do you think I found out?
Yeah, but that was me. I was me like owning up to my L. You can't remind me of the L. Like, hey, remember when you had that L 3 days ago, my man?
I was just asking what happened. That's all.
Well, I lost, man. I lost. It was a dude. He rock climbs, so he's got like arms of a fucking Greek god, and I was just like, fuck, I know that I'm gonna lose, but I want to see how close it gets. And we hit that point where like you're midway and you're kind of like you're giving them a little bit of leeway so they think they can, and then you push. But I gave him too much, and then I was too far back and I collapsed. So it was it.
Sounds like a harrowing moment.
Yeah.
I do want to bring up this other thing because this guy, everyone wanted him to be the Queef of the Week. I've gotten more replies about Queef of the Week, and I'm not talking about I was going to make it the opponent of your arm wrestling just to make you feel better about it over there. I was going to make him the Queef of the Week, but I think this guy takes the cake for it. His name is Kevin Mather, or Mather. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but he doesn't really care about pronunciation, turns out. Do we have a video of him being the Queef of the Week, or is it just audio?
Queef of the Week.
Ooh, look, we do have video. Ooh, look at a breathing one there. Holy hell. That was Emily, Parker's girlfriend. Right, Parker?
Yeah, that's right. Parker's girlfriend.
It says it on the sheet too, probably. Yep.
Thank you, Parker.
There it is, right there. Boom.
Yeah, I make it nice and big for you.
Yeah, it's highlighted too, and I still. Here I am asking. Well, Kevin Mather is the
Queef of the Week.
And let's see. This is a statement he made about foreign players. Kevin Mather. I didn't print out the article because I'm an idiot, and I didn't tell you to print out the article. So I'm sorry. Here, let me just remember what Kevin Mather's job is. Let's hear what he said while we're looking up his shit here.
As far as Korea, Japan, Taiwan, those players are typically older. They don't come over as 16, 18-year-olds. They come over as 28, 30, 32-year-olds. And we typically, it frustrates me. For instance, we just rehired Iwakuma. Iwakuma was a pitcher for us for a number of years. Wonderful human being. His English is terrible. He wanted to get back into the game. He wanted to, and he came to us, and we quite frankly want him as our Asian scout, interpreter, what's going on in the Japanese league. He's coming to spring training, and I made the statement, I'm tired of paying his interpreter. Because when he was a player, we pay Iwakuma X, but we also had to pay $75,000 a year to have an interpreter with him. His English suddenly got better. His English got better when we told him that. But we for the older players from the Far East, we have an interpreter that travels with them. And
I hate paying them.
Dominicans, Venezuelans, Caribbean players, we really invest in them at a young age before they get here.
Make sure they learn English early. We get over there real quick. You're 14. It's hello. Thank you. Yes, sir. They started early. So, yeah, Kevin Mather, he was an executive for the Seattle Mariners, and they were asking him these questions, and he told that story, and he was like, I'm sick and tired of paying these interpreters. I mean, you could pay this guy X amount of money from Korea, but then you got to pay for some guy to go ching-chong-ching to him, and then you got to fucking, so he resigned the next day. This audio made him resign. I don't know why you're mad at me. I'm not him. I don't know why you're mad at me. This is his theories on it. He's like, he came out and he was like, I'm sick of paying this guy $75,000 so I can understand what the hell he's saying. That's basically what this interview yielded. And it was like a 45-minute interview. And this little snippet is what made him end up having to resign as the president. It says here also, he commented on the team's profits during COVID-19. That was another thing that led to his resignation. I didn't see that part of the interview because I was too busy listening to the guy bitch about having to pay for a fucking interpreter so someone could just easily listen and be able to do their job. That part struck me. I didn't hear about the part where he bragged about how much money they made during COVID. Must have missed that aspect of it. But yes, Kevin Mather has resigned from his executive position. He is this week's
Queef of the Week.
Let's go into the news. Ooh la la, this one is breaking. Beep, 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 beep. Zolo just gave me this one right before the show. And it involves something we discussed earlier in a program a couple of weeks back when we talked about Tom Cruise and his COVID robots. We were wondering, how they'd administer the old COVID exams. Do they do it through the nose or do they do it through the butt?
We are not shutting this movie down!
Swabbing your butt! Because in China, that's what they do now. They swab your assholes instead of your butt. It's a little more, or instead of your nose. It's a little more effective, I guess they say. I've never had a temperature taken in my ass. I feel like that was the generation prior, and that's why they're so homophobic. They were all taking their temperatures in their ass as little kids, and then they were like, that hurts. My mom doesn't use lube. And so they just think, they're homophobic. They're anti things going in their butt because of that. And that's why they are this way. And we had a few homophobic, I think, people in our State Department head overseas to China. And apparently, Chinese officials forced these American diplomats to undergo an anal swab for COVID-19. They did this testing in error, says the State Department, because according to the Washington Post, U.S. officials never gave permission. They never agreed to such tests and had protested directly to the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs following complaints about having to do this. The State Department never agreed to this method of testing and protested directly to the MFA when we learned that some U.S. mission personnel were subjected to it. Oh boy, subjected to putting a cotton swab in your asshole. The horror. We have received assurances from the MFA that this testing was conducted in error and that the diplomatic personnel are exempt from this requirement. Not in our ass, they said. No. Our guidance to diplomatic personnel remains the same as it always been, to decline this test if it is asked of them. So wild. They just won't do the test. No, I will not have the test in my ass. I am a member of the U.S. State Department. Fucking nut up and put the test in your butt.
I mean, hey, I'm going to be real. I wouldn't do it.
I know you wouldn't do it, but you're not a member of the State Department. You're not going over to China as a member of the State Department. You wouldn't do it for what reason? Because you don't want anything in your butt. You don't even have a tongue in your butt. You're fucking lame about that shit.
Yeah, I just don't like stuff in my butt. I don't know why you gotta call me lame, bro. I said I would fucking back you up in a bar fight. You just clowning on me today. What the fuck happened, man? Do I need to say I'm gonna beat your ass and you gonna be my friend? What the fuck?
Listen, I didn't mean to clown you on the arm wrestling thing. That was just the way you took it. I was just asking you what happened.
Nah, but you meant to clown me right now, saying that
I do draw a line in the sand when it comes to stuff in your butt. I'm team stuff in your butt all the way. I mean, I got it. We got to draw. That's like Jets versus Sharks. You know what I'm saying? Montagues versus Capulets. I'm on fucking team stuff in your butt. You are clearly not.
Nah, you could be team stuff in your butt. All right, now I'm my
exactly.
Butt.
That's fine. I'm fine with that. But I'm just saying, give it a try. That's all I'm saying. It's a lot of fun. And if you're not open-minded to it, well, then such as I can't. Can't
abide such idiocy any longer.
But it's just so funny that they're such fucking like prudes in the State Department where they're like, oh, no, sir, China, we do nasal swabs. Okay, we don't put you're not doing them in our ass like you like a fucking cave people over there. That's the way they are like treating it. Like it's fucking below them. It's actually more effective probably, and it probably feels good. And they're scared. You know how they say the vaccine's going to turn you gay? Some of these religious people? Well, they think this is going to turn them gay because they're going to like it too much. Is that what you're worried about, Any?
No, man. I don't care if a girl was doing it or a dude was doing it. I just don't like stuff touching my ass. That's it.
All right. Well, next up, this is a fun little video. This is very fun, as a matter of fact, because I don't know if this happened. I didn't even realize this was a thing still to this day. People still go to church, turns out. Had no idea. I thought that was something of yesteryear. But people are still also using church as a reason or a justification to do things. This woman, let's listen to what she says.
I said, get up, it's Jesus Day.
All she wanted was to go to church. But instead of a pew, this Phoenix mom spent most of Easter in a jail cell.
I don't think I did anything wrong because you're supposed to put God first. And that's all I was trying to tell my kids, put God first.
But Sharon Dobbins says her sons were putting their friends first. They did not want to go to services here at Greater New Zion Baptist Church. Instead, they wanted to hang out with their buddies all day. So when one of her sons refused to get up and get ready, police say Sharon tased him.
He was like, Mom, I'm calling the police. I said, you can call police, UPS, DPS, whoever you want to call. Police were on the phone, and I told the dispatcher, I said, you need to be with Jesus right now.
Sharon telling us she brought the taser out, but only as a threat. Did you tase your son?
No, I made the noise with the taser.
Clack, clack, clack.
But I did not tase my son.
But Phoenix police say the boy had 2 marks on his left leg. They arrested her and brought her here to the 4th Avenue jail, where she spent 12 hours.
Nobody writes a book on the correct way of parenting.
Now, the 16-year-old boy is out of the house,
true.
Staying with relatives for the time being.
All right. That's true, though. She's right. There is no book on how to parent. If there was, probably chapter 4 would be don't tase them. Be in there somewhere. But I love how people use church. Like she was like, you got to find Jesus. I tased him because he's the Lord's Day. You know what I mean? People have done worse in the name of the Lord. You know what I mean? The priests, name a few. Just throwing that out there. But this woman, I say she's a good mom. She's just trying to get her kid to go to fucking church. So what? She maimed him a little bit, I really have nothing else on her. I wish her all the best. And I think the kid learned his lesson. I mean, I'm sure he's going to church right now as we speak. I saw this one. This is brings up a topic we've discussed on a many level. Annie and I can at least agree on this one. We're both going to eat some fucking human beings someday in our lives.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
Come on.
Give me that fucking human ass meat. Why didn't we take that in our pizza chopping draft? Fuck.
Oh my God. That was the key.
That would have been wild.
That was the Tom Brady.
Oh. The Tom Brady is human flesh. Fuck. You're right. And you might be asking yourself, listen to these animals. How could they laugh and cohort and enjoy discussing eating human beings? Well, we're actually better than you, turns out. Want to know why? A Swedish scientist has suggested the climate crisis could lead people to consider eating human flesh. And it's not the first time a scientist has suggested this idea, and it's actually eco-friendly. Now what? Now where do you lie? Do you want to save the environment? Better start eating your friends. Last week, behavioral scientist Magnus Soderlund, I think I said that right, posed a controversial question, at a seminar in Sweden. Can you imagine eating human flesh? Yes, we can. We've discussed it. As global temperatures continue to rise, the scientist said in a talk at the Gastro Summit in Stockholm, the consequences for agriculture could cause food to become more scarce, which might force humans to consider alternative forms of nourishment. Those sources might include like grasshoppers or worms. Ew, no.
Never.
Never. But they could also include corpses. Ding, ding, ding. Yes. Sunderland said, by gradually getting accustomed to the taste of our own flesh, humans might come to view cannibalism as less taboo. All right, buddy, where are we getting it? Sign me up. Put me in line. Who we eating? You know, and I'm glad that I haven't done anything to make myself more worthy of being eaten. You know what I mean? Like, you look at me, you're like, I'm not eating that one. Why bother? It's gross.
Yeah, I think both your and my diet, nobody would want to eat us. That's good.
My diet, everything I put into my body, you'd be eating, and you're like, am I eating fucking battery acid right now? What is this? Oh, God. So I'm happy about that. I am going to, however, plump up so I can get the vaccine. I learned obese people can get the vaccine, so hey, I'm going to gain 70. I'm going to mukbang my face off and so I can get vaccinated. You know? I'm going to gain 75 pounds so I can be healthy. Anywho, back to this guy. This guy, he's saying we should start, you know, what if this guy's just been eating humans all along and he's like a scientist, so he's like, hey, we should start trying this. He's trying to get everyone on board. Army Hammer's like, yeah, see? I told you guys. Like Sunderland, he called an idea an interesting test case that might demonstrate whether humans could overcome the yuck factor in order to do something they considered moral, like reduce greenhouse gas emissions. See, eating humans is moral. It reduces greenhouse gas emissions. But of course, the suggestion is rife with problems, according to this no-fun professor, the director of End Climate Science, Genevieve Genther. Idiot woman. I don't even have to pull it up.
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
She says, I don't think that it should be even entertained in any seriousness, but exposed as a kind of propaganda that only makes it harder for us to transform the world in the ways we need to. La-di-da. Guess what, bitch? We're eating people.
And we starting with you.
Yeah. Get in the fryer. I can't even find it. Oh, God.
Can't abide such idiocy any longer.
Anyway, so yeah, that's no fun scientist. She doesn't want to do it. But cannibalism has severe health risks for humans, according to this article. A fatal disease linked to the practice of cooking dead bodies and eating them at funerals affected members of a tribe in New Guinea until about 2009. Well, they didn't have air fryer. So that's probably why.
Yeah. They didn't know how to prepare that. See, you could get crazy diseases if you don't cook lobster right. That's why you got to boil it.
Right, exactly.
So it's the same thing.
It's just like anything else.
You just got to prepare it right, man.
Yeah.
Get a chef.
Exactly. So we don't have to worry about that. That seems dumb. That's like saying like, oh, if you don't cook lobster right, or if you don't clean your fruit, you're going to get E. coli or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, if you drink your milk when it's solid, you might get sick. Yeah,
no shit, Sherlock. I don't need a fucking scientist to tell me that fucking shit. We're eating people, dude. More than 100,000 years ago, the world saw a dramatic spike in global temperatures that wiped out a large mammal species like bison, reindeer, and mammoths. That period of rapid warming left some Neanderthals in Western Europe without a consistent food source, so they most likely resorted to eating each other. According to a study published in April, this no-fun lady scientist says by the time modern societies ever consider resorting to cannibalism, human society might already be in shambles because of climate change. Well, yeah, so we got to start now, dog. If we come to the point where we're looking at human corpses for food sources, we're going to have larger problems on our hands. It will mean that we failed to mitigate the climate crisis. It's happening, bitch. I'm sorry. We're not turning this one around. We're not putting the toothpaste back in the tube. Let's start eating people now so that we get used to it. This shit's over, dog. What time is it here? I don't know. So yeah, I'm excited to eat people, Lenny. I don't know if you are.
Hell yeah, man.
I mean, I know that you are, but I don't know when we can start. Is what I mean. I don't know. I don't know why I said I don't know why you are, if you are or not. I wish we really. You know what? I'm sitting here I cannot believe I left human flesh on the table for the pizza draft still.
I know. It's such a. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, right?
I'm kicking myself in the ass for that decision amongst many others.
Such a. I mean. It's number one, of course. Of course.
Do you want to put your conspiracy hats on for a moment here before we wrap up?
Let's do it.
All right, and I'm curious your thoughts on this. I never even knew this was up for debate, but this has to do with the assassination of Malcolm X back in 1965. And I'm sorry that we didn't get this back in February for our Black History Month, but I say we extend it. Why not, right? So according to this document, and this comes out of the U.S. Sun, so I don't even know if that's a good paper. You know what I mean? U.S. Sun? I don't even know. Is that like real?
I could look it up. Not sure.
I mean, I've read this in other places too, but it's about Malcolm X and his assassination, and it might be an NYPD and FBI conspiracy, according to new evidence. That's right. His family is demanding the reopening of a murder investigation into the civil rights leader because they have released new evidence, a deathbed letter from a policeman, which they claim shows the NYPD and FBI conspired in Malcolm X's murder. The letter says the police department and the FBI covered up the details of the assassination at the Harlem Audubon Ballroom in Upper Manhattan. It is attributed to a former undercover NYPD officer, Raymond Wood, who claimed he was pressured by supervisors to lure two of Malcolm X's security men into committing crimes a few days before the killing in Manhattan on February 21st, 1965. We just had the fucking anniversary. It's pretty wild, eh? So the letter, which was read out by on Saturday at a press conference this past week, attended by three of Malcolm X's daughters. I like how they just say X's daughters. Like I guess that is his last name. I don't know. But why put Malcolm X's daughters, please? X's daughters. I'm like, what the fuck? Is there a typo?
Yeah, there's a couple more X's since then. So
yeah, I mean, which X? So my job was to infiltrate civil rights organizations throughout New York City to find evidence of criminal activity so the FBI could discredit and arrest its leaders. Under the direction of my handlers, I was told to encourage leaders and members of civil rights groups to commit felonious acts. Raymond signed the letter and instructed his cousin Reggie Wood to hold the information until after his passing. What a real coward, eh?
Murder.
Wait till I'm dead, then tell them. Reggie said the former officer confessed to the involvement in his 2011 when he was believed, or he confessed it back in 2011 when he believed worsening cancer would take his life, although he ultimately went into remission and lived until 2020. He was like, okay, it's 2011. He's like, I've got all this cancer. I've got to tell you something. And then he's like, hold on, wait a minute. I think I'm feeling better. I'll hold off 9 more years. How about that? Oh, I'm in remission? Okay, we're going to chill then on that info that I had. I'm going to wait. For 10 years, I carried this confession secretly in fear of what... Well, it was longer than 10 years. You've been carrying it since 1965. You only recently started feeling guilty about it. I've carried this confession secretly in fear of what would happen to my family. I guess that's true. If he would have talked about it, his family would have probably gotten...
murder.
By the government. So now I kind of get it, actually. I'm like, okay, I kind of get why you waited. But now he's kind of like, fuck you, family, I'm dying, so peace. Confession, and they're like, fuck, what are you doing? One of Malcolm X's daughters said, any evidence that provides greater insight to the truth behind that terrible tragedy should be thoroughly investigated. In a statement, the NYPD said, several months ago, the Manhattan District Attorney initiated a review of the investigation and prosecution that resulted in 2 convictions of the murder of Malcolm X. The NYPD has provided all available records relevant to the case to the District Attorney. The department remains committed to assist with that review in any way. The FBI so far has made no public comment on the issue because they did it. 3 men were convicted of the murder. The men, members of the Nation of Islam, we know this already, political and religious movement, blah, blah, blah. They were sentenced to life in prison. Well, what are they saying about this whole thing? They probably are like, yep, it was the FBI. And then they just get Epsteined.
Murder.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's wild. So we'll see. I mean, would anyone be shocked? Nothing shocks me at this point. Anything comes out, I really am not I can't be shooketh anymore. I'm broken. Everything is just so wild out there that if something came out, if they were like, the FBI killed Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, just like you always thought this whole time, I would have been like, yep, I know. They're like, yeah, they did JFK too. You'd be like, uh-huh. I don't know. What could shock me at this point? I don't know. I really don't. I'm looking for something. Please give me something, world. I mean, I thought even this pandemic is not a shocking thing. It just slowly happened and you're just like, yeah, this makes sense. I kind of saw this coming down the tracks if I really think about it, you know? So at the end of the day, nothing's really shocking, and I would like to be shocked. I'm telling you, please, shocketh me out there. But I want to hear what you have to say about your our pizza toppings. Who drafted the most talked pizza? That's really what I want. I don't even care if you think which one is the best. Mine's probably the worst. I've gotten the most boring.
Hold up. Did you just change the fucking game and say that you want to know who's the worst now?
No, I mean, I think that's what it's going to end up being. That's how the internet works.
No. It's
we're voting for who the best, but I'm saying we're going to find out who's the worst. Yeah, the poll will be who's the best. Yes.
All right, don't fuck my W, man. I'm going to get this W.
All right. If you think Ennie's is the best, vote for Ennie.
Do it.
It'll be in the poll on the YouTube, right? How it works?
Yes, we're going to put it as a community post for sure.
Hell yeah.
On the YMH channel, yes.
Dope as fuck. So make sure you vote. Cast your vote. Ennie's determined to win. I don't think I'm going to win. I think mine is boring. Zane is the wild card. He is the, fucking Ponce de Leon of pizza toppings over here. And then Nadav. I think Nadav had he had a lot of the picks that I would have liked. I'll say that. But yes, I appreciate your feedback on that. I also appreciate your feedback to the email, joshpottershow@ymhstudios.com. Also go over to store.ymhstudios.com. Keep buying the merch. And please, 20 days from now, West Palm Improv. I will be there, and I hope you will join me. And you can get tickets on my Twitter, @J_Potter. You'll get tickets on my Instagram, @Josh_Potter. And on the West Palm Beach Improv's website down in Florida. So I hope I see you there, folks. We will see you next Tuesday, and we will end with a little song by way of Zeke Lindgren.
There you go. Living in a fucking apartment with a guy that I want to maybe kill. I think I want to kill him. I've never felt that way before in my life. But every time he slams a cupboard or a door or anything, I just want to take a blade from my ceiling fan and bash him over the head, bash him over the head, bash him over the head. There you go, there you go. Bash him over the head, bash him over the head, bash him over the head. There you go. Bash him over the head, bash him over the head. There you go, there you go. There you go. Bash him over the head, bash him over the head. There you go. Bash him over the head.